Okay, so here we are, lining up the putts from behind, stepping around. See, it's downhill. Okay, got to choose my line perfectly correctly. Look at it from this angle. Okay, looks a bit different from there. I think if I aim 4 inches to the left, that's gonna work. Okay, there it is. And I've listened to Alex, I'm gonna pick my intermediate point. That is a weak putt. Okay, tell me, do you just struggle on the greens even when you spend time aiming up your putts, trying to read the greens, trying to get that stroke correct? Well, I'm here to tell you that you need to start forgetting about the line and what angle you need to put the putts on. We need to make this so simple because you need to get better at distance control. If you want to stop three putting, if you want to hold more putts, we need to get much better at distance control and lag putting. When you do that, your scores are going to plummet, and I'm going to show you how. Alright, so this is a very typical putt, but what will happen with people I play with or people I coach, they'll spend forever trying to read this green, which of course there's merit to. I'm not saying to don't read greens, but what happens is we get so focused on, where to aim the putt or what we're trying to do, that more often than not, putts are hit too softly or too strong because the distance control is just way off. We need to get much better at the ability to just get the ball nearer the hole. Don't worry so much about the minutiae, okay? Especially if you're trying to break 100 or 90. These are the kind of things that you need to start doing. And how do we get better at distance control, okay? Do you need hours and hours of practice? No. But we need to have a good amount of feel to be able to read the general distance, and we can do it by a couple of things. One, I like to just sort of pace it out, but it's like, what's the point of reference of pacing this putt out? All right, it's just to get a feel, because I know that I've maybe spent 6 minutes, okay, this week practicing some lag putts. Maybe it's just hitting some putts to the fringe. All right, so I'm just going to not focus on any specific line. My goal is to hit this putt directly, like as close to that fringe as I can, all right? That's the goal. And this, likewise, if I want to hit another one downhill, all right, my goal is to hit this as close to that fringe as possible without actually hitting it. And you see that was a little bit weak. So I need to rehearse and practice just that little bit more. I'm going to give you a quick bonus tip here, and it's about a stroke that can help the distance control. And the way you practice it is just to use your trail arm only. Why? Because that is in essence the guider here. We're trying to just sort of turn the chest, but the right hand is the guide. The left hand, or your lead hand, is usually the stabilizer. So if you're struggling with distance control, just try some one-hand putting. It worked for Tiger, I think it's going to work for you. All you need to do is basically get your regular posture, okay, and just put your arm across your chest onto your shoulder here, just to provide a little bit of stability. You can play around with where you want it, whether it's up on the shoulder or by the tricep here, but we're just going to try and feel some strokes that is allowing the putter to swing in a pendulum fashion, but I'm using the center of the chest, and I'm just feeling that rocking slight turn, but it's giving me a nice smooth stroke to get that distance control, and this is the stabilizer. So try that to give you a bit of extra feel on those long putts. Every putt, really, we want to at least make it a gimme range, okay? We need to imagine that the putt is always going to end up in this comfortable sort of gimme range, a couple of feet wide. And what we're going to do with this, the way we can practice it, is give yourself a little game, all right? We're going to move this just a couple of feet back, just past the hole. And we've got some little T-pegs set up here. 3, 6, 9, 12, approximate, right? None of this is about being specific. But what we're going to do is play a little game here, right? And we're going to try and play a game of, let's say, par. So if it goes over or hits it, that's a bogey. If it ends up short between the hole and the club, that's a par. If it goes in, that's a birdie. And there's our objective. It's also a bogey if it ends up a bit short. So what we're going to try and do here is just get a little bit better at distance control. And it's not so much about holding the putt, it's just about not hitting really crappy, bad putts. That's more of the objective of this, okay? So we're going to play a game where we're going to try and judge these distances. Now, as I said, this is not about holing out so much. I mean, it's great if you're going to, so that's a birdie. But it really doesn't matter whether we hole or miss, okay? But there, that was a par. So now I'm still 1 under. Now I'm going to try this one, okay? Let's see how I get on with here. Okay, that went in, so I'm 2 under. But let's say I get a bit eager with this. Okay, it goes a bit high, a bit strong. That's a bogey. So now I'm back to 1 under. So we're going to just practice this simple goal of hitting this region and this range. You do that, you're going to eliminate 3 putts, and you're going to take so much pressure off not just your putting, but your long game, your short game, because you know you're not going to completely screw up. So I want you, next time you go out and play, I want you to just really focus on the distance, not so much the line of the putt. And I promise you, you're going to shoot lower and better scores. Just try it. Now remember, if you are going to pick a target or aim your putt, you still want to choose just one line and stick to it, okay? Because every putt is straight. So you still want to choose that alignment point, intermediate point, about 2-3 foot, and just hit a straight putt over that. But don't get bogged down in it, all right? If you have any questions, let me know. But get putting, get golfing.